Do you want to make some money with merch by Amazon, but maybe it's too complicated? Well, I'm here to show you the right strategy. And remember, this is going to take some work. You can easily sell products on merch by Amazon, but can you hit that $5,000 a month goal? Hey guys, my name is RJ Martinez and I have sold thousands and thousands of products with merch by Amazon, and I sold over $200,000 in royalties all time with my merch by Amazon account. And I want to share the insight with you so you guys can accomplish your goals with merch by Amazon. And you might be wondering how someone can make $5,000 a month. And it's not that complicated as it seems. It takes work and consistency. So let me share with you my 5 top strategies. And with that being said, make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. Okay, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell. Let's get into the content. All right, finding the right niche, right? What I recommend is you start with something that you know, okay? And this one niche can make you $1,000 a month if it's done correctly. It could probably even make you more. It can make you, that one niche could probably make you $5,000 a month, right? If it's all done correctly, okay? Think about the niche as a whole and how are you going to dominate the niche and be the best in that niche, okay? So it's very, very powerful that you understand that. Okay, knowing your niche from the phrases, the funny sayings, and staying ahead of your competition is powerful because you can just rank your products on the front page over and over and over if it's done correctly. Okay, at the very beginning, it may be a struggle and it may be a challenge for you, but once you start to make sales and be consistent in that niche, you get an understanding of what you need to do. You learn your niche, you learn your audience, and you learn what your customer wants. Give your customer what they want and you'll make sales. And it sounds easy, right?
Yes, sir!
An example of a niche too as well, it can be an English bulldog. It can be any type of dog breed, right? That's a niche right there. Okay, it could be cats, okay? It could be hobbies, anything that you like to do, sports, soccer mom, okay? Soccer dad. Okay, whatever it is to you, okay, and any of that, okay, occupation, if you're a nurse, okay, if you're a,
I wonder how, I wonder why, yesterday you told me about the blue sky. Oh!
So a nurse, a dentist, like all these, there's all kinds of different niches, okay, right here. Think about something that may interest you that you want to start creating designs for, okay, and then you can go onto any of these platforms, okay, and like Amazon.com and see if there's a demand for it, and if there is a demand for it, you be the best in that niche and you'll make money. All right, the next thing is creating a good design. Okay, now what does that mean? Don't think that it has to be some crazy out of this world type of design, okay, because it doesn't have to be. It can be a simple text-based, a funny saying in that niche. Okay, it can be text-based with graphic, okay, or it can just be text-based. It can be just a graphic, an illustration, right? And those are very, very powerful because they do stand out and they do make a lot of sales, right? And if you do your research, you can look at this type of stuff, you can see that the demand for illustration is pretty good, but there's also a demand for text-based. Text-based designs sell really well too. So if you're creating text-based designs and you want to turn it up a little bit, right? You want to start creating these elements for yourself. Okay, like illustrations and stuff like that. You can, a graphic, right? So like, let's say you're in the soccer niche, you have some text with a soccer in the middle, right? Football, whatever you want to call it, okay? And you want to start creating custom illustrations, custom graphics and stuff like that. You can either learn how to do it, right? Which takes a lot of time. And that's okay, 2, outsource it, hire somebody, or find a friend that can help you out with this type of stuff. Me personally, I've outsourced it, and I have, some really good illustrators on my team, really good artists on my team. All right, or number 3, or you can sign up for any of these places that provide graphics, like freepick.com. Okay, if you go over there, if you sign up for them, you can use, you obviously have to follow their terms and service, right? There's something like that. There's Vexels too as well. You have to sign up. When you sign up for them, follow terms and service. And you can use any of their, basically their graphics as long as you follow the rules. Make sure, because every single platform is different when it comes to this. Make sure you're following the rules. Very, very important. Okay, doing this type of stuff like this will help you get a head start, get a jump start. Maybe your goal is to make $500 a month, right? When you make the $500 a month, you're going to outsource and have some custom illustrations made for your business, right? And that's something that I've done. I built a team around that, which is very, very powerful as you start to grow. Okay, when you start to grow your business, you want to think about how how you're going to grow it even more and create more opportunity for yourself. Okay, now you're creating all these good designs and stuff like that, right? And how are you going to stay ahead of creating these designs? So if you're creating these designs for yourself, you want to think about all the new sayings that are happening in that niche. If you live inside of your niche, you know all the new sayings that are being said inside of that niche. Okay, and obviously you want to check for trademarks. One of the most important things when it comes to any of this stuff, making sure that you're not infringing on someone else's information and all that, right? You don't want to be doing that type of stuff. So making sure that you're double checking for that too, of course, but staying ahead of these phrases and stuff in the niche will help create less competition for yourself. Okay, because you know what's going on before anyone else does, and then you're like, oh, what up? That is a design idea. Okay, and I can put this on a shirt. It may not sell tomorrow. It may sell in 2 weeks. It may sell in 2 months, 3 months. All right. I have some designs that have sold. It took about 8 months for them to sell, but they sold, right? So think about it that way. Okay, it's more of a long-term play, but obviously you want to create something that sells fast, right? And that's the goal. But it can all be done is just the research, staying ahead of everything, and putting a system in place for yourself to help you create the opportunity for you to make sales in that niche. Okay, make sure that you have a system in place for all this too as well. Okay, everything that I'm telling you in here, put a system in place for yourself. My system is different than your system, and your system is probably different than my system because you understand it. I don't understand your system. I understand my system because I created it for myself. Okay, and what does that mean? One day research, one day design. Okay, that's what I mean. And then the next day upload, right? And stuff like that. So making sure that you have a system in place is very, very important. Okay, when it comes to anything related to business, having a system is key. Okay, now optimizing your listing. Think about how a customer is going to search for your product. Okay, think about it this way. A customer is going onto Amazon.com. They're searching for funny monkey. Okay, when they search for funny monkey, you pop up with the design that they want and they make a purchase. That is the goal right there. And if you can do that, you can get a product. You can start getting products ranked on the front page. Okay, this is very, very powerful because that's all it is. That's all you need to do, right? And it sounds simple, right? That's all you need to do. Okay, so if you do that and give the customer what they want, you're gonna make sales faster and you're gonna make sales consistently. Okay, and this is what I mean when I mean like keyword research is just as important as the design, or if not more important, because if you do your keyword research correctly, you can see new design ideas when you're doing keyword research. And sometimes when you do your research, you'll see people searching for things and there's no designs. That's one way to do research. Okay, and that's very, very powerful because if you see it ahead of everyone else, the rest of your competition, you're ahead of everyone, boom, you're gonna make money. Okay, because you're gonna be the first design up. Okay, and that's what we all want, right? With more and more competition coming on the platform, it's like a struggle to figure out how am I going to stand out from these first 6 pages on Amazon, and I'm ranking number 7. Which brings me to a topic of when you're creating these designs and you're creating what everyone else is creating. So if they have a phrase on a shirt, okay, and you create that same phrase on that shirt, how are you, okay, you're going to rank on page 5, how are you going to stand out? So think about it when you're doing all this research and you're doing all this stuff, and you're creating the design. When you put the design that everyone else is doing, you're gonna rank on page 5. You gotta figure something out right there, right? There's something wrong. You're either gonna, right? And we'll get into that more in this video. Watch to stay to the very end because we're gonna talk more about that because that's gonna be hard. If you're creating the same, and I see a lot of people do this, create the same phrase that everyone else is creating and you're ranking page 6 and you're not making no sales and you're asking yourself, why? Why am I not making no sales? Why? What I mean by optimizing your listing is your brand, okay? If you don't have a brand on Amazon or if you're just creating, there's several different ways you can do this. There's not just one way. If you create a brand, you can create a brand, obviously, you create your own brand and stuff and put everything under one brand. Or if you're just creating brands by niche, which is, that works too as well. They both work, okay? You wanna make sure that you have solid keywords in there. And then the next part is be the title, okay? And then putting that together correctly. And I have a video right up here going over all of that, and I show you exactly, hold your hand and I'll show you exactly how to create a listing and put it all together. Okay, so watch that video up there. Okay, very, very powerful. But finish this video first, of course. The title, okay, then the bullet points in the description. Make sure you have all this all lined up correctly, because if it's all lined up correctly and you're making sales with this product, right, there's a possible chance that you can rank on Google next. And if you rank on Google, that means more traffic. So think about these keywords as being traffic to your listing, okay, on Amazon, and make sure you have all this in place. And the next thing you know, you're starting to rank on Google and getting more traffic from there. So you're like probably double, 4 extra traffic, 5 extra traffic, 6 extra traffic if you put these keywords all together. Very, very, very powerful. Designing an eye-catching design, okay? Now, think about, let's say if you have a top-selling design in a niche already, or if you plan on creating a top-selling design in a niche already, search in the search bar, okay? Whatever you plan on, you know, say, let's say your funny monkey shirt, right? Or whatever product that you're selling on Merch by Amazon. There's a ton of products that you can sell on them, which is really awesome, because creates more opportunity for you to make a sale. And then you can upload to other marketplaces too now, which gives you even more opportunity to make a sale. So type in funny monkey shirt, okay? And then you see all these other designs that pop up, okay? If you see all these other designs, why are you going to stand out from everyone else? You have to ask yourself that, okay? I even ask myself that when I have a top selling design in my niche that I know that I'm selling the most for. Okay, what else can I create in that niche to stand out from myself and everyone else? Okay, how can I create the second top selling design, or if not, beat my first top selling design, and then my top selling design is the second top selling design in that niche. So there's always ways that you can outdo yourself. You just have to figure out how you're going to do it and what's the best way to do it. Okay. So when you're doing the research or you're searching for the keywords in your niche, you want to figure out like how you can create an eye-catching design in that niche and stand out from your competition. Okay, just really have to ask yourself that what's going to make that person buy or click on my design from everyone else. Okay, bold font works really well. Taking up that whole design space on that product is very important, because that's going to sometimes helps you win the click. Okay. Something funny, you know, all that stuff works really nice, okay? And then the detail and stuff like that in the design will help you stand out from your competition too as well, okay? That can make all the difference in a customer purchasing your product. So think about it to another level. Don't make any excuses for why you can't do something, because obviously you can do it. There's services out there that you can use when it comes to this, right? Next is going to be promoting your product, right? If you have access to ads, okay, use it, test it, figure out what you can do to drive more traffic to your product and get your product ranking to that front page. What are you going to do? And I have a whole detailed series about using ads right here. Check that out. It's really awesome. I showed, you know, hold your hand, show you how to launch your first ad and how you can optimize it and, you know, obviously get your product ranking close to the front page and making more money. Leveraging that is one way, okay? And then like outside of that, you can either, you know, promote it on Pinterest, Facebook, create your own Facebook fan page, Instagram fan page. You can promote it on Twitter, right? There's a ton of different ways that you can do this. Create a blog and then put your product in there to drive traffic to it, all right? That's one way too as well. There's so many different ways that you can do this, but figure it out, okay? Even if you have to, you know, take your products off Amazon, create your own website and drive traffic to your own website. If you feel more comfortable by doing that, do it. There's a lot of ways you can do this, okay? But as we start to get more and more competition, what are you gonna do? You're just gonna rely on the organic traffic on Amazon and just say, all right, I can't do this. I'm not making no sales. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. That's it. You gotta figure out why, okay? Why, there's a reason why you're not successful at this, or there's a reason why you haven't, started doing this. Those are all excuses at the end of the day. You just have to figure out what your goal is, accomplish it, follow these steps exactly how I'm like telling you. It's very, very powerful. It can be life-changing. It can pay for a lot in your life if it's all done correctly. Okay, so don't be afraid to ask neither, because you're creating this stuff. Give the people what they want, and they'll make purchases online and they'll buy your stuff. Make it happen. Get it done. And also, there's not just one way to do Merch by Amazon, print on demand. Okay, there's so many different ways that you can approach this. Not just one way. My way may not work for you. Okay, and that's okay. Okay, it works for me. It may not work for you. It may work for someone else. It may not work for you, but there's several different ways that you can approach this, not just one way. So figure out the way that works best for you. And this is just me sharing my insights and knowledge with you to help you accomplish your goal. And if your goal is to, make over $5,000 a month, make over $3,000, make $500 a month, and you're happy, that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, at the end of the day, I'm just trying to help you and give you as much insight as possible. And if you're looking for more information, and down below in the description, I've created a Merch by Amazon course. I have a print-on-demand private group. And if you want to start publishing books on KDP, I have a business called Pixel Pot Studio, and you have access to over 200 interiors over there, which is really, really, really awesome. And if you want to learn more about print-on-demand, check out my other videos here. Give this video a thumbs up too.